and we're off, and straight from the gun someone decided to put the ponies down, put the power out, and I was faffing with my Wahoo, so I had to do a little effort to get in this. But you can see just round the corner someone went off the front straight away, and I had one goal and one goal only today, and it was to finish in the top 7 to earn the 3 points I need for category 2. So I'm going to run the first lap for you. It was pretty spicy for the first lap, so we come down here into the bottom corner. If you look on the right, someone goes down and then someone else goes down. You can't park there, mate. Shouldn't laugh, sorry. No one was hurt then, but carnage on the first corner. So straight out of it, I had to spike to shut down a little gap because I had to obviously avoid the 2 that went down. I shouldn't laugh. I had to avoid the 2 that went down. And then I thought, God, there's a gap there. You want to quickly get on it. But look, we are shifting now. We're doing 31 mile an hour. It is strung out because the lad that absolutely whacked it from the start has got a little bit of a gap. And obviously, first lap, choppers are getting swung and everyone's like, I've got to shut that down, got to shut that down. And like I said, my main goal today was top 7. So I was planning on keeping the powder dry, staying in the wheels and not being my usual self and doing stupid things or trying to attack and stuff. I was trying to save as much energy as possible. Yes, if I saw a big group go off the front, I was going to have to go with it. So I was trying to stay around the front, but you can see how the course flows. You come down this fast back straight into a couple of corners, and then you'll head back towards the start finish straight, which is uphill. So this corner here, there's always a little bit of a spike out of here purely because I was taking that corner like an absolute granddad. I could not get that corner right, and there was a couple of other people in the race that couldn't get it right either. But you can see here there's some guys, it's strung out. It is strung out because everyone panics as soon as they see someone go off the front. But there was nothing to worry about. The guys closed it down. I kept the powder dry. Absolutely lovely. So this is the bottom half of the course now, and we're just coming through the final few corners. It wasn't a massive field today. I want to say about 18 of us in the race, so not huge, which is disappointing because this is a mega course. But you can see here it's eased up now. Everyone's come back together, and you come out of this bottom corner, and this is the long sort of kick drag towards the finish. So I've started to move up here just to see what's going on. Look, you can see old Remco giving it a nudge up the right. By the way, Remco's name is Mark. I do know that, but it is much better to call him Remco because the man is an animal. I'll tell you, that bloke does some work in a race. He is on the front, he is putting the hurt on, and he is attacking a lot. I've got a lot of respect for that man. But anyway, this is basically the full lap. We're just coming up towards the start finish straight, and you know your man Remco's on the front. There he is on the front. Of course he is, putting the hurt on. And that was a pretty fiery first lap. I was like, we are in for a tough race here. But the next couple of laps, it seemed to settle down a bit. So we got another lap and a half in. I've jumped forward now. We're 10 minutes in here, and just on the right, the next attack goes. The guy in red and white whacks it, and no one is interested in shutting it down. And usually me, being me, I'd be thinking, God, we need to shut that down, start panicking. But I'm not, because if only one guy gets away, I'm not that fussed because there's still a big chance that I can get in the top 7. So if I keep my powder dry, everyone else is shutting it down. But look, just round the corner, who's back on the front shutting it down? It's our man Remco. Of course it is. He is stringing it out up here. But anyway, he shut it down. And just here, I saw someone go and I thought, this guy in the blue here has given it a little nudge. And I thought, I'm moving quite fast here. I'll just go with him. So anyway, the guy in red and white still off the front. He instantly flicks his elbow. So I'm thinking, oh, I don't really want to come round just yet. But I come round, do a pull. But like I said, I was taking this bottom corner like an absolute granddad. Could not get it. So you see here, look, I was about to go off track, had to hit the brakes. And guess who shut it down? Look in the rear camera. There he is. It's Remco. And I'm thinking, the bunch is all back together. I do not want to be doing any work now. I want to be sat back in the wheels. I gave it a little nudge there. Nothing came of it. My heart rate's pretty high. So I'm thinking I don't want to be the guy to shut it down. Who's there again? It's our boy. He's back again. I mean, I should make a video showing you how many times this guy is on the front. It is ridiculous. He's an absolute animal. Look at him here. Absolutely putting the hurt on. Anyway, but just here he flicks his elbow and I'm thinking, nah, I don't really want to pull through. But, I mean, it'd be absolutely criminal of me not to give him a little toe. So I did pull through here. I've done a little effort up this ramp. But you can see just in the distance there, that is the guy off the front. Now, I do not want to be the guy that shuts it down. So you can see I've eased off the power here. Eased off massively because I know my heart rate's at 180. And I'm working pretty hard. So I'm flicking my elbow. No one's coming round. No one's coming round. I'm flicking my elbow so much. Look at me moving over the track. I'm almost about to take off. I'm like an absolute bird. But anyway, no one come round. I sneakily saw Remco take a drink as I looked over my shoulder there. And I thought, I'm going to give it a little nudge here to close down the gap. But I don't want to fully close it because you know as soon as we close that gap, the counter-attack's coming. And if you've put yourself in a hole shutting that down and someone attacks hard and the bunch decide to try and go with it, that is when you can get dropped. So anyway, I've gone on the front for a bit, give it some ponies as you do, and then I thought I'll move over here. We are close to the guy in red and white, but I'm like, I'm not being that guy to shut that last bit down. So I'm thinking someone's going to come round. Thankfully, Remco's back to do the business, but honestly, he shouldn't be on the front. We closed the gap, and that is what I mean. As soon as we closed the gap, bang, you saw that attack then. Someone went straight away, and that is why you don't want to be the guy that shuts down the last of an attack, because if you do, I know it's great, sometimes you've got to, but if you do, you know the counter-attack's coming. And if you're fit enough to deal with it, ideal. If you're not, absolute nightmare. But then, obviously, that guy's gone off the front. The guy in blue there has just given it a little whack, tried to bridge across. Absolutely nothing came of that, though. So no one really wanted to chase it down. But as we come into the other side, you can see he's just there on the left. We shut him down. And then the pace was quite high here. I think it was Neil on the front here. I was going to give Neil a shout out at the start of this video, but here's why I didn't. Look at this. This is his first third cat race, and he's making me shut that gap down. What are you playing at, Neil? I can't give you a shout out now. Making me do things like that. It's criminal. We're enemies now. No, I'm joking. Absolute top bloke. And he has got some power. Like, I think he was saying he's just come up into the third cat. Strong, strong boy. He's going to be dangerous next year when he moves up into second cat. But you can see just there on the left, we shut down that gap on the guys that went off the front. And a couple of guys are going off the front here. And I see Neil go as well. I see Remco up there. And I think, that's the one I want to go with. That's the one I want to jump in. But the problem was, when 4 of you go off the front, the peloton was so keen to shut it down. So look in the rear view camera, there's 4 of us off the front, straight away the peloton shut it down. Absolutely nothing's come of that. And we have got the next attack already. It was just like that, attacks were going, and you can see the pace picked up. The guy in the black kit there just went round the corner. The pace picked up, and as that did, look at this guy here. Boom, Cyclocross. He has absolutely, I bet he was cacking his pants. He was up on the grass, and that was what I was worried about doing. But anyway, here we go. We're on the preem lap. I am on Neil's wheel. You can see here, he's hungry for a preem. He is spiking up. I'm getting a free ride here. Now, as I said, normally I'd be like a kid in a candy shop for a preem. But the main goal is top 7, so I'm not going for this tonight. And we're coming into the start-finish straight now where the sprint's going. I'm at the back of the bunch. I'm speaking to Remco, and he's just told me that he is going to put in an attack after this preem. So, because everyone's going to be hurting when they go for the preem, he's then going to attack. He's like, do you want to come? Now, normally I'd be like, 100% I'm coming with you. But my legs were hurting, I'm not going to lie. So just here, the guys are sprinting for the preem. I'm just making sure that I'm on the wheels and that if there is a gap, I'm still in the mix, because if a gap opens up and someone can't shut it down, bang. But there we go. There goes Remco with his attack. Unfortunately, if you look just there, his foot unclipped. So he didn't quite get away, but he was not happy to leave it there. The man went again. There he goes. So I thought, this is it. I'm going with him. So I've whacked it. Look in the rear view camera though. Neil, you can't be doing this to me. I can't be giving you shout-outs when I'm giving you a free ride over. He's jumped straight on my wheel, got a free ride over, but as we bridged over, they both sat up and the peloton just shut it down again. It was one of those days where you just knew a break wasn't going to get away and it was going to be a bunch sprint, and that was just the way it was going to be. So there was a few like spiky efforts and stuff, but it was mainly just about now staying near the front. Look, I saw a gap open there. I thought I've got to close it. And now I knew this was going to be a bunch sprint. I think everyone had accepted it. There was some strong guys in this field, and it just was like, if you wanted to get away, like if you went solo, people were letting you get a gap and then they were shutting it down. As soon as a few of you got away, bang, it got shut down. But here we go then. We're coming in to 2 laps to go. Look, it is bunching up. It is getting close. Bums are twitching and everyone's getting a little bit excited because they know it is about to be full gas, full berries, everything you've got to get the win. And if you look here, this guy on the red and black bike has got to change his pants after this. He was so lucky. So guys are coming up the inside to move up. As he comes round, he's tried to put down the power too early. Boom! Oh, the pedal strike. He has cacked his pants there. How he didn't go down, I do not know. It was the old buckaroo. But spoiler alert, he actually goes on to win the race. That was probably because his adrenaline was absolutely through the roof after he got buckarooed. But as you can see here, guys are trying to string it out, but you are not going to get away here. So we're going to jump forward into the final little stretch up towards the finish. Now, it is my time. I'm looking round. I'm thinking all I need to do is finish top 7. Guys are starting to nudge it, nudge it. Neil's on the front leading us out. You do not want to be there right now, but he's a strong, strong boy, and he managed to hold on. That's another reason why I couldn't give Neil a shout out, because he beats me in this race. But look here, I'm in a terrible position. I am boxed in and I cannot get out. So as the boys start to whack it and start to sprint for the line, I've started to ramp up just here, and then you'll see my power drop off because I had to slow down because I was about to rear end number 8, but thankfully a little gap opens here and I've just absolutely whacked it with everything I've got. If the finish was 200 metres further, look, I'm coming on strong here, but I positioned myself terribly. I was too far back, I got boxed in and I just didn't quite have the power at the end. But good news, I managed to get across the line in 7th place and get the 3 points I needed. When I was coming into the sprint, I was like looking round, counting how many people are in front of me, how many people are in front of me, and I was just like, I've got to just whack it. Don't get me wrong, I'd have loved to win that sprint, but it just wasn't to be, and the guy that got the pedal strike on the top corner managed to get the win. But 7th place was all I needed, so super happy with that, and it is on to 2nd category for me now, so fingers crossed I've got the legs to keep up with them boys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.